Good morning and welcome to Newswatch Today. I'm Kaylin Tilley.
And I'm Summer Roddershot. Evangel University's episode of the college tour is launched.
Food prices are still rising and the U.S. Supreme Court is still investigating the leaker.
Cameron Lee is here with your forecast and Emmeline Perkins has your latest sports news. This is Newswatch Today.
We have Cameron to give us the first look at weather.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot and cold this week. Are things finally starting to cool down?
Thankfully, Summer, today it is going to cool down a little bit. We're looking at around a fair 60 degrees today, but later in the week it's going to start looking a little bit warmer. But back to you.
Elon Musk is trying to get out of his deal to buy Twitter, but this social media company's shareholders are not budging. Twitter shareholders voted Tuesday in favor of Musk's $44 billion takeover deal. The vote came days after Musk's third letter to Twitter seeking to terminate the deal. The case is set to go to trial on October 17th.
Food prices are on the rise. The Bureau of Labor came out with new statistics this week showing that prices have gone up by 11.4%, which is the largest increase in food since 1979. The cost increase can be attributed to numerous factors, including inflation, the war in Ukraine, and other natural disasters. You can avoid buying non-necessities, but food is not one of those. You can now watch Evangel University's episode of the college tour on their website. The Amazon series that tours different universities across the country chose Evangel as one of their universities for their next season. The episode follows different students and alumni as they show all the highlights of attending Evangel. The series hits Amazon Prime and Roku TV this November. To see the video, go to evangel.edu.
Dr. Sergio Navarrete has been named Director of Hispanic Initiatives at Evangel Assemblies of God Theological Seminary. Navarrete was previously a district superintendent for the Assemblies of God for 20 years. A primary focus of the seminary has been on providing theological training and resources to Hispanic ministry leaders, and Navarrete will help advance this focus. Additionally, a recent $1 million grant from the Lilly Endowment allows AGTS to further expand its offerings to Spanish-speaking ministers so that they may better serve the needs of their local congregations. As the investigation continues into the leaked draft opinion on Roe v. Wade, Justice Elena Kagan expects to get an update by the end of the month. But at this point, she says none of the justices, except maybe the chief, know what the investigation has turned up, if anything. And if they don't find out who was behind the leak, Justice Kagan says she worries how the court will keep it from happening again.
An Ohio student has their life saved by a school cafeteria worker. The cafeteria worker, Megan Kulikowski, was approached by a student who she could hardly hear mutter for help. Kulikowski yelled for help and immediately threw her arms around the girl. She successfully dislodged a bottle cap that was stuck in the girl's airway as the girl had been chewing on it. Kulikowski did not expect all the praise she has gotten since the incident, but says it's what any other cafeteria mom would do.
Coming up next, analysts say holiday spending will be lower this year.
And Bethel Childers will be here in the studio to tell us the latest about Activities Board. This and more next.
A new forecast from consulting firm Deloitte expects retail sales for the gift-buying months of November, December, and January to increase 4 to 6%. That's modest compared to the 15.1% increase for the same time last year. Higher costs for everyday items and services due to inflation is a big reason for the lower projection. Summer Roddershot is standing by with a special guest from the Department of Student Development. Summer?
Thanks, Kaylin. With me this morning is Bethel Childers, the Director of Activities Board. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Bethel.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
So for everybody who doesn't go to Evangel or if they're new to Evangel, what is Activities Board?
So Activities Board is a branch of our Evangel student government that we focus on planning events and bringing fun things for the students of Evangel to come and do and participate in.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
What events have you guys already had this semester and what is your next event?
So this semester we have had Movie on the Lawn, and we did a double feature with the college tour, and we watched Madagascar, the DreamWorks classic.
Love that movie.
And we had a really good turnout. We had about 215 people, and we handed out lots of popcorn, and everyone seemed to have a really good time. So it was fun.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
what is your next event?
Yes, our next event is Recess on the Quad. We're gonna have lawn games, 9 square, basketball tournaments with the new Valor courts. Yes, it's gonna be really fantastic.
So Harvest Fest is coming
Yes,
up.
it
Once
is.
again, we have a lot of new students and people who don't know what that is. So
Yeah.
what is it and when is it?
So I like to say that Harvest Fest is like Evangel's SNL. It's a variety show. We have sketches, videos, we have different decorations all throughout the Galloy Theater in Springfield. And it's gonna be November 12th this year.
November 12th. And are there any chances that you can give us a hint at what the theme is?
I can't believe you would ask me that. I can't. I'm sworn to secrecy.
Sworn.
I'm sworn. But I can tell you that all will be revealed October 12th.
October 12th.
October 12th in the chapel.
In chapel.
Yes.
So students should go to chapel on October 12th.
Yes,
in
they
order
really
to figure
should.
out what the theme is.
Yes, they really should.
I love that. So you are the new activity board director. So what are you hoping to bring to the organization this year?
I'm really hoping to bring, AB has always had this sense of belonging whenever you join our organization. And I'm hoping to kind of amp that up where we become a family that reaches out to others and brings others into our fold and includes others and makes them feel welcome and loved.
I love that.
Well, thank you.
And then what would be your direct goal specifically for the students of Evangel this year? What do you hope students get out of Activities Board, besides obviously the family aspect?
Yeah, I really want to become a network for people to make friends that they never would have made before in their classes or even in their respective clubs or anything like that. Just bringing people together that they never would have interacted before. I think that's something that's really amazing.
I would definitely agree. And then, so we've all the new Evangel students have been to chapel, and it's a little bit different this year. We're using the Connect app, and I've seen you there helping people out.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about the Connect app? Because some people still find it a little bit confusing.
Yeah, I was confused at first too, but the more I use the Connect app, the more I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Because it's a way to just keep track of everything digitally on your phone all the time. It's so much easier when faculty and everything is counting chapel credits, and for AB purposes as well, it's becoming really handy when we're taking attendance for our events, because all we really need to do is just walk up to people, scan their Connect app, and we know like who they are and everything like that, and we can even like see those numbers and see our attendance in the future. So it's really awesome.
So instead of how students used to scan their proxies, now you're just going to be able to scan their phone.
Yes, and we are planning, I'm hoping it'll work, but we are planning to have different QR codes set up on the lawn at recess, so students can just scan the QR code on different locations on the quad and be checked in that way.
That is awesome. That is so
Definitely cool.
exciting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here with
course.
us today, Bethel. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Summer. Cameron, is it warm this week?
It sure feels like it, but all things must come to an end sometime. I'll tell you when we'll get some cooler temperatures in just a few. Stay with us.
NASA is going to crash into an asteroid with a spacecraft. In 2 weeks, they will crash into an asteroid named Dimorphos to see if the collision can change the orbit of the asteroid. This asteroid is not threatening to Earth, however, is a test to learn how effective a crash into an asteroid could be to protect Earth from being hit. The crash is expected to happen on September 26th.
Wow, it's crazy how fast science and NASA have developed this technology.
I agree. Isn't it fascinating? Cameron, is the weather going to be as fascinating this week?
Well, nothing too exciting. We can expect some cooler temperatures as we look at today's current conditions of around 60 degrees. But when we jump into tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny, highs of 84 degrees. So it is going to get warmer. Moving into tomorrow night, though, it is going to cool back down with lows of around 61 degrees, humidity at 85%, and winds of about 4 miles per hour. Looking at Almanac. Today's temperatures, lows around 82, but moving up to 98 degrees, so it's going to warm up later in the afternoon. Precipitation at about 10%, and that sunset's looking to be right around 7:53 p.m. And on the satellite, we can see we've got clouds moving in, we've got movement all around. And taking a look at the radar, we have some storms rolling through around Salt Lake City. It's going to pass up through there, but around our area, we are looking to be as clear as a cucumber. And in Missouri, temperatures around 84 degrees throughout today, so it is going to be pretty warm. And that national forecast, we've got some movement, a cold front moving through. It is going to warm up as through here, but cool back down as we move on around. And today, the 6-day forecast. Friday, we're starting mostly sunny, a high of 86 degrees, but as we move throughout the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's going to be around 94 degrees and warm up quite warm. And that's all for today. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Cameron. Just around the corner, Emmeline Perkins will be here to give us the latest in sports.
Standing by is Emmeline Perkins with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Kaylin. The Evangel Valor football team won against Culver Stockton Wildcats last Saturday night, making them 2-1. The defense had 8 interceptions, 3 by Tyler White and 3 by Anthony Leverathon. The Evangel Valor also swept the NAIA Player of the Week, with Leverathon receiving Defensive Player of the Week and Michael Murray receiving Offensive Player of the Week, and Ryan Connor receiving Special Teams Player of the Week. The Cardinals continue their series against the Tulsa Drillers to finish off the season. They are currently 1-1 in the series after making a comeback and winning their second game on Wednesday with a 12-6 finish after Julio Rodriguez hit a grand slam in the 7th inning. The World Series will continue tonight at 7:05 Central Time and will run through Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs opened their season with a victory over the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday with a score of 44-21. During the game, the team suffered 5 injuries, including offensive guard Trey Smith, kicker Harrison Buckler with an injury to their ankles, cornerback Trent McDuffie with a hamstring injury, and wide receiver Justin Watson with an injury to his chest. As of right now, Buckler will be out for the game tonight against the Chargers, and it is questionable whether Smith will be able to play. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Well, it looks like the Evangel football team is having a great start to their season.
Yeah, let's hope it continues. Next, an Amazon driver discovers a family in trouble. We'll have that story for you after these messages.
An Amazon delivery driver from New York saves a family from their burning home. The Amazon driver said he saw flames near the front of the home when he was finishing his Saturday afternoon route. He saw people inside of the home that seemed to be unaware of the growing fire. He rushed inside and communicated to the people inside of the fire and ushered them out the back door. The family was safe and outside when the fire department arrived 4 minutes after the 911 call. That is great. I wonder if the family had a Prime membership.
Well, if they didn't have one before, they'll get one now.
Anyways, let's go to Cameron Lee with the final weather update.
Thanks, Summer. Taking one last look at that 6-day forecast, we're going to start on Friday. A little bit cooler, 84 degrees, but we're still staying pretty warm all through the week. Into the later days, Tuesday and Wednesday, around 94 degrees. So it's going to be warm pretty much all week. And back to you guys.
Thanks, Cameron. That's all for us today. I'm Kaylin Tilley.
And I'm Summer Ottershot. This has been Newswatch Today. Please join us next week.